Oh, you caught me. I'm just getting ready to finish putting my lipstick on, and then we're going to talk about skincare. So, the reason we're going to talk about skincare is that, you know, that video I did using the Surratt makeup? Everybody was asking me why I wasn't using that oil called Skin. And I thought, well, wait, what does that have to do with makeup? But for some reason, everybody was concerned about it. And I thought, well, maybe I should tell everybody about my new skincare routine and how I got there. But first, I have to put on my makeup. Well, okay, so this color is chestnut, and it's by Laura Mercier. Okay, so I made a video this morning and put on this makeup. And this makeup, look at how good it still looks. This makeup is by Gucci Westerman. No, it's Gucci Westman. And she's a makeup artist. And everybody, oh, look, this was right on my lap. I love this color because this is by Kevin O'Quan, and it's called Divine. Okay, so I like it because it's the color of my lips. I didn't, you know, you look at your lips for 83 years and you don't even realize how dark they are. Either they've gotten darker or my face has gotten lighter. So my lips are dark and I didn't know it. That's probably why a lot of light, really, really light lipsticks don't look good on me. So I'm putting on lipstick. This is that Twist of Fate by Tom Ford. And there you go. Okay, so I mentioned before that Tom Ford has been purchased by Estee Lauder, and I wonder what's going to happen to the brand. Interesting, right? How they're going to change things. Anyway, so as I say, in that video that I did about Surratt makeup, people were asking me, well, what happened to Skin? Are you still using the Skin oil? Etc., etc. But I mean, I didn't even mention it, but they brought it up. So what you need to know is that as having a channel, you always need to change things. You always need to try things. You always need to, or let's put it this way, I do. So what happens is that I'll try something, I'll love it, I'll use it up, but then a friend will say, oh, but have you tried this? Or I'll watch a video and somebody will say, well, have you tried that? And suddenly I get new things. And I must say, I used up all the Skin, you know, I think it's put out by Divine Oil and it's called Skin, Skinn. It's a wonderful oil, but I'm on the lookout and trying new things. And I think I was using that oil, I finished it up, and then Clarins sent me their double serum oil. And I thought, okay, I'll use that. So as you can see, I've used a lot of their, and love their double serum oil. You know, when I was absent and was having radiation, and I would lie in bed, on bed, and I discovered this channel. And it's called Doctorly, Doctorly, and it's by two board-certified dermatologists. And I started watching the channel, and they were talking about, you know, they talk about best sunscreen, best this, best that, and they had one of their videos was about, you know, what to use for mature skin. Now, to them, mature skin was, you know, 40, 50, 60, you know, and I'm 83. So, but I thought, well, that's interesting. I wonder what they think. And so I started buying some of the products. I started using their routine, and they give you a routine of what to do. So they first talk about a hydrating cleanser. I don't like their cleanser. They talk about CeraVe and Cetaphil. I really like, and I didn't bring it in, Shiseido. And I love the Shiseido cleanser, and I've got the brush that also works with the Shiseido cleanser. So I love I love my own cleanser. And to be honest, when I finish the Shiseido, I'm going to order Carolyn Hiron's cleanser. So I see how I switch. So I love the Shiseido, but I want to see what Carolyn Hiron's cleanser is like. So that's when I use up one, I try something new. So so for my cleanser, I don't use CeraVe, and I hate Cetaphil. I don't think Cetaphil does anything. I think the best thing it does is that it does nothing, so that it doesn't irritate your skin, because it doesn't do anything. Something that I use that I will not give up, which is an essence. And I use Shiseido's Udamine, which is a very old one. I use fresh kombucha. I love this one also. And I use May Coupe. So these are three different essences. I insist on an essence. After I clean my skin, the essence makes it kind of balances, not it kind of, it balances everything out, and it makes your face ready to receive what you've got next, because it isn't a dry skin that repels treatments. It's a moist skin. So I would never be without an essence, be it May Coupe, fresh kombucha, or Shiseido Udamine. This is what I use to take my makeup off. I love this stuff. It's a balm. You can see how much I've used. I love this stuff. I've got one in the shower and one at my vanity. Love it. In the shower, I have my first cleanser is this, and then I use the Shiseido after this. Since I've started this routine, I think my skin looks better. Now, I didn't take a before and after picture, and I don't know, my face seems brighter. And what I like about this routine is that, in essence, it's very simple, and it makes sense. Before this, I would put one thing on my face, then I'd put another thing on my face, and I'd put another, and there was no order to it. But these doctors kind of gave me a list of what to do and when. So the first thing is cleansing. Second thing is I use a essence. Third thing, at night, they suggest using a retinoid. I don't use a retinoid, and I've told you, please knock yourself out and get a retinoid, but I don't, because it thins the skin, and the doctors are afraid I'll have even more skin cancers. So I don't use a retinoid. But they suggest using either a peptide, and they've got a whole list of peptides. But if you don't want to use a peptide, they recommend, it's called Cure, Q-U-R-E, all-in-one face serum. So instead of having to think about, oh my goodness, what do I put on next? You know, what do I put this on? Do I put that on? What do I put on next? They recommend this all-in-one face serum. So you don't have to mess around. So this says smooth, firm, brighten. I think it's been working. I do think so. I use this. So how simple. I use the as I say, cleanse, essence, serum, and then moisturizer. So I am loving this. Now, I'm sure that there are other things, and I'm going to give you the website where you can go and get this list of what to use. So I'll give you that information. Next, what do I put on is a moisturizer. Now, one of the moisturizers they recommend is, one of them is called Skin Fix. I love it. I love it. I love it. I really love it. But wait, they also recommend this First Aid firming cream with peptide niacinamide and collagen, safe for sensitive skin. I prefer this, but I bought this. And to be honest, I've used it on my husband, and I'll probably, because I don't think it's rich enough, I'll probably, remember, I've got 83-year-old skin. I'll probably give this to maybe my daughter when she comes to visit. So I don't throw these things away, but what I'll do is probably give it to her, and she'll probably enjoy it. I look around, and if people recommend things, I'll try them. In fact, Kathy Perdue, she's got on Instagram, I think it's called Perdue Kathy. She's a decorator, and she's very, very into skincare. And she's recommended a moisturizer that I've already ordered, but I haven't used yet. But as soon as I get it, and I've used it for a while, I'll let you know what it is. But anyway, so the doctors recommended this very highly, and I love it. My girlfriend is French, and so one evening I was saying, you know, you're French, you must know all the skincare, all the secrets, all the everything. And I said, what are some of your secrets? And she said that she loves this fresh black tea firming overnight mask. So I immediately went and bought it, because don't we all want to look like a French woman? So I bought this, and it's wonderful. You know, it's like, and I love this also. So some nights I just put this on and go to sleep with it on. I mean, if you think about it, it's the same as going to sleep with this on, but this gives you some variety, and we know that it was done by a French woman. What about eyes? You know, I got the Kiehl's avocado eye cream, not knocking me out. It's fine. And I got one by Anu. Well, that one's dried out, and that was recommended by Good Housekeeping magazine. This I bought because I was reading somewhere, you know, this is by Vichy, and this is hyaluronic acid. I like this. So it's Vichy, I don't know what else it says. It's something for the eyes. And I figure I love hyaluronic acid. So this is Mineral 89 for the eyes. I like this. What else do I like? L'Oreal Age Perfect. I like, you know, I do like L'Oreal products. So I use this. What else do I use? Oh, for sunscreen, you know, I didn't bring it in here. But I'll take a picture of it. I love, well, a friend, you know, Matilda on video brought me that wonderful sunscreen from Australia called Violette. I love that, but I also love, there's a product, and it's by Dermatology. I like their products. So there's a sunscreen, and it's a tinted sunscreen. I love it. And it puts a little bit of almost like a primer on your face. Love it. But so what you need to know is that I do switch things up. People make recommendations. It was Kathy who told me about May Coop. She's very into skin, and I think she's got impeccable taste. So I always listen to her. I've got, let's see. So I've got the snail snot, and I use that. So sometimes instead of using the Cure One, I'll use snail snot. I'll use Dermatology has their needleless serum. I am going to be getting a exfoliator, and that's coming in the mail, and I should get it any day. So you need to do that probably once. Well, it depends. You don't want to do it too often. I would probably do it when I remembered, but probably once or twice a week. I think that when I use that brush with the Shiseido cleanser, you know, that brush, it's not what would you say? It's not scratchy at all, but in a way that it exfoliates at the same time. But I would probably use an exfoliator maybe twice a week. You know, I've got sensitive, older skin, so I have to be gentle. You can't be too crazy. You know what I'd like to do? Maybe I'll do it online. I'd like to shave my face. You know, I haven't done it yet, but I'd like to. So that's what's happened to skin. And it's not that I don't like it. It's just that I want to try more. It's like with makeup. It isn't what's new, but somebody will recommend it. I always want to try new things so that I can tell you what's good. I can recommend things. That's part of being on YouTube, is trying things and seeing how they work. And you know what? It's also me. I'm curious. Why do you think I have so many lipsticks? Why do you think I keep on trying makeup? It's because it's interesting. Is this better? Is this worse? I'm very curious, and I want to know, gee, did that thing work? Did this thing work? I must say that I love this routine. I find that I've always been confused, and if I sometimes I'll watch other content creators talk about their routines, and it seems so complex. And I'm ready to go to bed. I don't want to have a 12-step process. I want something simple and easy. And I've found this routine which I've kind of I've made it work for me, so that I don't use everything they say, but they give me an idea of what to say. And I think my face looked, there's a place here that gets red and irritated. I suddenly looked the other day, looked at my face and thought, you know something? I've been on this routine for, I'd say, 2 weeks, and my skin looks better. It's not as irritated. It's more soothing. It's kind of smoother. This routine is working. So I'm going to keep this routine. Maybe as I say, I want to try a different cleanser. I also want to try Carolyn Hiron's moisturizer. So and Kathy Perdue has told me about a moisturizer. I ordered it. I don't have it yet. Now, when I add things, I will tell you, because I know you're all concerned about that divine elixir. I hope this answers some of your questions. I hope I haven't confused you, because it's really become so simplified that now I can do it in my sleep. I don't, but I could. And I just don't want to spend gazillions of hours putting together a routine. I figure it's enough putting on makeup, but then to also have, it's just too much for me, and I won't do it. So this way I do it, and I know that I'm getting it done, and I'm doing a good job, and there's nothing that irritates my skin. So isn't that funny how you can look in the mirror one day and say, I think this stuff works. I've never said that before. So there's something in this. And then you're going to say, well, why are you going to try new things? Because because in a way, it's just me. I'm one of those people who knows maybe there's something better. Maybe there's something better. So that I'm always looking for the next best thing. Anyway, I think this works. I hope this answers some of your questions. And it's good seeing you.